Okay, Nico, what's up? What's up? Um, Sorry we couldn't do this one on one, but the flu be like that, so we'll see what's up. So I know you said in your post, you said it was after like the third death that it started to feel weird or it got really hard. So I kind of watched up to this point, up to the 17-minute point, kind of skimmed through it, and a few things I noticed so far that might be some ongoing themes were um, kind of recognizing when we're allowed to make a play. You might have heard that as like the red light, green light idea that Nathan talks about on the podcast sometimes. Just kind of assessing if it's like if certain conditions are met, then we have the green light and we can make a play. Versus maybe someone's dead or we don't have ults or something like that, and that's like a red light that we shouldn't make a play and should be patient. The other thing I noticed is that kind of goes in line with some things I've seen you ask is how to play around like a fed top laner. So there might be some ideas in this game about like what we do with a top laner who's our win con, who's not necessarily like grouping. So we'll see about that. So I'm actually just gonna skim. I mean, I know you said the first two deaths weren't great. I'm gonna skim over them. I will point this out. I don't know if you noticed this when you reviewed the game, but I did. I did want to point this out. So like, they have a jungle Teemo, which is weird. Um, we do see him go into this bush right here, and then he goes stealth, and then we go in. So just a small map awareness idea. Um, that guy was very much visible, but that's okay. It'd be like that. Um, we'll move on. It happens. So what happens here? Um, when we take the first turret, you said this was kind of when it got weird. Um, we kind of go for a play here. We want to keep pushing, but our Volibear is dead. That is key info number one. So Volibear is dead. He died a couple seconds before, and we're still choosing to keep pushing. I think this is one of those moments where that is a definite red light moment. When we see that our Volibear, who was pressuring the bot side jungle, like he died, we're kind of done. We don't really know where anyone else is, and so it's kind of our cue to get out of there, spend our gold, redeploy on the map, probably just go mid, and kind of resume playing the game from there. Um, the other red light here is that Mundo is pushed into like the tier 2 turret, so like he can't really do anything. He can't like pressure the enemy. So those two factors are reasons why like continuing to go just doesn't work. Because like Mundo can't get anything done on the top side, and our jungle died. So it's like there's not really much to do here. So it was a definite moment where we just needed to see that there was no play to be made, and we needed to leave. Recall, spend our gold, move on. Um, so, and that's kind of what I noticed in our next death here. We go mid, which is great. What happens here is our top laner is dead, and we push out the mid wave. And as our top laner is redeploying, we're kind of looking for a play here. I know you're trying to back up your boy Sion here, but this is just another like red light, green light moment. Two of our teammates are topside, and Volibear's jungling, he's farming his camps, or he finished farming his camps, and Mudo has just deployed onto the map and is like trying to push the top lane. So like this is not a moment where we want to invade the enemy bot side. Um, even though Sion is saying he wants to go, like you should recognize like it's kind of on you to not follow this because it's just not good. Ping him back. Um, it's just because it's not the time. If when it could be the time is maybe after your Volibear gets close and after Mundo has pushed out the top wave. Imagine that Mundo is closer to the tier 2 turret, and while a fight like this is happening, he's threatening to take the turret. Suddenly they're like freaking out. The enemy team is like, oh my god, this guy's going to take our turret and kill our base. But right now, the enemy team has no reason to do anything about this Mundo because he's all the way up here. So there's nothing to be done there. So it's just kind of another scenario where the timing of us making a play does not align with where our teammates are at. So it's just not the right time to make a play. So those two things, unfortunately, and then what ends up happening here is because we died, our play failed bot side. Mundo can't really get anything done up here because the enemy team is answering him. So now he can't really get anything done, and he's sad and can't do his job. So it's just kind of not syncing up with our teammates. So I've not looked any further than this so far, but I'm going to guess that that's a recurring theme. But those two deaths alone, like those two moments alone, like that can make you lose a lot of momentum that makes the rest of the game hard to play out. So that's just something to consider. So we'll look a little bit more, and we'll kind of see if those deaths have similar vibes where, like, if we're trying to make a play when our teammates aren't ready. So let's see. We'll just be skimming through here. Oh, sorry. So right here, this kind of looks like another moment where things are happening, but our jungle isn't here yet. So we're kind of pressuring at the wrong time. And I'm going to guess this results in us losing the Drake. Yeah, it's like now Volibear has showed up, and he's like, well, guys, I'm here to fight, but his support's dead, and you have to recall, and Sion has to recall. And so he just kind of walked in and died. So Mundo's getting some done here where he's pushing. So good for him. So he's at least getting something done while the chaos is happening. But going back to here, this is where you have to recognize that it's too early to make a play and walk up. We don't have our Volibear. We don't really have our Mundo. He's kind of keeping Teemo occupied, it looks like. But it's just not the right time to take a fight right now. Unless someone just egregiously overextends, which so far they haven't. I guess Caitlyn kind of walks up here, but so I'd be in the mode of kind of preserving your HP and waiting for your teammates to get there. Because like even right now, it's not too late for Sion to recall, and then y'all can kind of regroup. But because all of this happens, it just it gets scuffed. So far, I think that's 3 for 3, where I'd say kind of the mistakes are us not being aligned with our teammates' pressure. So far here. And I know what you said about all the tier 2s getting taken. Like, the game can be kind of hard to play out when all the tier 2s are down. The big thing, I mean, Dragon's kind of a good win con. Like, if you have all that control over the map, then hopefully you should be getting Drakes. But we'll move on a little bit. I'll probably look at like one more death or one more moment and kind of see what the issue is there. Because after that point, it just seems like kind of an alternate reality scenario where it could just go either way. Hmm. Oh, okay. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, we kill this fraud. Heck yeah. Big pick. Do we keep going? Yo, Volleybear's on a mission. Your Mundo's on a mission. I like it. He's getting stuff done. Hold up. What happened here? You know what? I respect it. I'm not entirely sure what we could have done better here, like micro-wise. Ooh, did we auto a turret? Also, how do we get turret aggro? Oh, we didn't get turret aggro. Did we get Sona power corded? Is that what happens? I really can't tell. My brain's not processing what happened quick enough, but I respect the hustle. This honestly isn't the worst case scenario. Like your Mundo was keeping a guy occupied. Your boy Scion went in and you followed up. Maybe if you execute it a little bit better, it works. But like, YOLO. Let's move on from that. Okay, I know I said one more death, but we'll look at one more. Ooh, see right here, we're starting Baron, and it looks like 4v5. This could be a no-no. My sus bars are tingling, but Scion is kind of 1v4 stopping them, so he's the GOAT. Okay, I would like to see us fight here. I think it would be a good fight to take. Ooh. Okay, backing off's fine. Unfortunately, Mundo walks up and dies. But that's okay. Can't do anything about that. Oh, yeah, Volleybear just got caught there. Sucks. Yeah, so right now it's kind of hard because it's like we got Baron and then death timers are desynced, so it's like we can't really use Baron. So it makes it really hard. I don't think that's necessarily your fault. It just is what it is. See, I think here it's like Mundo is kind of the mistake I mentioned earlier. Like Mundo was trying to make a play when no one else on the team was ready. So it's like the enemy team just collapses on him and shuts it down. And then that means that you will have to wait until he responds before making a play. And it just gets hard. And now it looks like Scion is about to do the same. So he's probably going to get caught if I had to guess. Okay, maybe not. Okay, good job, Scion. But this is kind of what can happen if you're not careful. It's like one person's making a play or they're pressuring when they shouldn't, and then the play gets shut down, and then someone else does that, and it's just like a vicious cycle. So now Scion has to reset while Mundo's deploying on the map. Okay, I'm kind of rambling. I don't know how long I've been rambling for, but basically the big things. I think these two deaths here were kind of good examples of a common theme. And if these are happening a lot in your games, like if you can identify these points, it'll help a lot. I'm actually going to cut this off and do a new recording.